Hey YouTube, welcome back. BA Life-Adelic. Today, we're still working on the garden, but it gets better every day. We got a bunch of this dead bamboo. I'm cleaning out those bamboo containers. And clean off these little tribs. We can use these around the garden. The rest of this really not worth keeping. Cut it up, put it in the garbage. That's what we rescued. Use those somewhere. Alright, we did some more planting. Planted this one. Not sure what that's called. Maybe lavender. And then back here, where that old tree was, we planted a lilac. So, make sure that one grows. And up here, I'm not sure what these plants are. But we had these in a pot, and they weren't doing so well. But those are shade plants, so we put those in the ground. Another one over here. Right there. So we'll try and get those looking good. Now over here we have these sedums, and they grow like crazy. So we want to take some of those, plant them right here all along this edge, so this back edge will look like that edge over there eventually. So we've got those in here. They're in jars, and you can take those cut-offs and they'll sprout roots, and then you can plant them, and they spread on their own too once they're in there. So we're working on that. So we're getting there. So I need to cut some pavers to fit in this space. I'm going to need 4 reds and 3 of these gray. So let's see if I can figure out a way to get those cut. So I'm thinking I can use this to cut through that, at least score it a little bit, and maybe I can tap it with a hammer and get it to break even. So we'll see. Wish me luck. What are you gonna do? Use them. Using up those wheels pretty quick. There's the damage on discs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. About 1 per block. That's the price you gotta pay. Well, that looks better. Even for it being all uneven. I was able to hide this cracked ones underneath that flower pot. But we took this, continued that checkerboard pattern all the way up here. Cut those blocks to fit in right there. Definitely looks better. Maybe we'll lay the power washer on this one day. See how that cleans up. There we go. Here's the crepe myrtle. This one had us scared for a little while. It wasn't doing too well. But we had a rain last night and it like really perked up. So that should be okay. We got a bunch. We found a woman that sells plants from her. She has a garden in her yard. She digs up the plants and sells them for a real reasonable price. So we got a bunch of plantings in this area here. Now they don't look too good, but hopefully they'll come to life. I'll keep up with those. A couple over here. Hopefully those things are gonna sprout out. Look real nice. We want that all to fill in so we don't have to put any kind of mulch or anything in there. These are over here are hostas. Some more over here. This is shady, so these should do pretty good over here. Another planting right there. See how that works out. And we got one there too. This one is over here where that was. Took it out and moved it over. There we go. Looking at this, I'm going to give it a little more time, see how it settles in. But otherwise, we might be have to doing some digging. One of my favorites. All right, we're going to empty these pots. Move these pots with the marigolds onto these concrete pads. And then empty the rest of these. These are all just weeds anyway. And then we'll move these pots, set them over in the brickyard. That's up next. Alright, next up, we're going to plant some grass in this spot here. You can get a rake and see if I can bust that up some. Maybe add some manure. Throw that grass down. Here we go! So we're going to give this a try. See how it works out. Looks like we're going to have to scoop some out. This was the spot on the lawn where we threw all the dirt and we dug out for the pad for that shelter. And I just got lazy, didn't want to scoop it up, so it ended up killing all the grass there. So this is the result. Planting grass. So I'm gonna mix in some of this manure and some of the topsoil. See what we can get. The previous owner left this here. Was here when we moved in. So I'm gonna try when I get that manure, topsoil in there, see if this will mix it up pretty good. That little sucker did just what I wanted. Looks like he got that spread out and mixed up pretty good. Now, on to the grass seed. Alright, we're going to put some hay over top of that, soak it with some water, and hope for the best. So there we go, watered in. We'll see how it does. So there we go, another day working in the garden, and I think that's going to wrap this one up. So like always, thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the next one.